the Levels podcast. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG, Willie Mason OG. Quick turnaround.
Yeah,
review
good.
yesterday.
It's good.
Up last night. We're back on for preview. Ready to go.
Love it.
Both rocking the body
Didn't even know.
signs.
Hey, we didn't even know. Holes picks me up. I didn't even know. I said, fuck it. Let's roll it. Let's roll.
Love
Body
you, Pico.
science.
Love you, Greg. BSC, baby. What's good? Rocking it today. Well, let's get straight into it.
Yeah,
So for everyone who, for the people that watched the review yesterday, we're also going to finish off the last 4 games that we missed. I think there was a comment with regards to studio time on YouTube. We've got a really good time slot that we do, but due to coming back from New Zealand, we normally film Monday night, so our times changed a little bit on Tuesday. So that happens every now and again.
And it goes for a little bit. The review goes for a bit. We had a lot to talk about,
Correct.
so deal with it.
Yeah, we had to deal with half an hour of New Zealand chat as well, which was good.
We had to.
For everyone listening right now, make sure you go on to levelsnetwork.com.au. You register your email for updates. It's flying at the moment. Lukey will give you early access to everyone who is in there. So make sure you go and sign up so you do not miss out when we drop Collection 1. Coming soon, not too far away now. As always, give you a little bit of a rundown on the subscribers. So if you're new, go and hit that subscribe button, like, comment. It all helps us. Currently on 15.2 thousand YouTube subscribers. I was aiming for 15K last week, we got it. We're chasing 20K for all you newbies, and we're chasing 20K on Instagram as well. Currently on 19K off the back of our New Zealand trip.
Sounds good.
20's nice.
20's nice. No, I want to get out of the teens, man.
2020.
We've got 15.2. I know, fuck, get us to 20 people. Come on, let's go.
2020 vision.
Yeah, we've got 2020.
2020 vision. We've also got 300 in the Levels Community Club on Strava. So I just want to give everyone a bit of a rundown on a few things, just a little bit more information. Yep. So basically what we're going to be doing, we're going to be linking up with people. So I've had a few conversations, and we want to have an activation once a month. So this is what this is going to be about.
Okay, we're telling the people?
Yeah. I just want to get it out there. Let's get it out there in the universe first. A couple of people that have been in the Strava group have asked me. So what we're going to be doing is when the season finishes, mid-October will be our first activation. Everything's free, which we're going to get we're going to have a chat to our partners at Body Science to get them involved as well. But it's just about 12 levels throughout the year. An activation, we'll have one in Sydney, one in Auckland, one in Brisbane. We've reached out to people in every state to run them for us, and it's just about building the community, getting together. Talking about that healthy lifestyle, Mace, that's really big for us.
Get everybody accountable too with the Strava.
Yep.
I didn't really understand until you explained it to me.
Yep.
I explained to Ruben Wiki. Ruben Wiki, I don't know if you know Ruben Wiki, you've seen his workouts. So if you're in New Zealand, he's going to get you.
We're going to try to keep it.
It's going to be awesome. We're going to try and keep it pretty level.
Yeah.
But I can't. Hey, I'm not in New Zealand. I can't tell Rubes what to do.
I know. So this is the thing with Rubes. Like we'll explain it to Rubes while we're over there.
Embrace it.
We're going to try to keep it very similar across the board. Sort of similar sort of sessions, but. Rubes is a dog, man. So I don't know if you've seen some of his sessions. Yeah. He's keen to run it for us in New Zealand. I'm chatting to someone in Queensland about it. They're going to be ex-footy players, obviously, who are in the fitness industry. So more to come when we lock that in. I'll just keep giving you information. But for those 300 people that are already in there you go. There's a little sneak peek of what we're going to be doing. Like I said, our friends Body Science is going to be available. We're going to have plenty of these there, I reckon. We're going to have the ready-to-drink vanilla and chocolate shakes. They're quick hits of protein to help you refuel after a tough workout, which it will be. We're going to be looking in the 30 to 45 minute, maybe even potentially hour session. So protein shakes after we'll be there and ready to go. They are currently available in Coles, online at bodyscience.com.au, and in independent supplement retailers. We love Body Science and we appreciate the support and everything that we've been doing. And speaking of winning, we are currently not winning at the moment, Mace, with rugby league. I had it up here before. Actually, it's gone away. But the great debate, we're getting dusted still by AFL. The nation's great debate on what is Australia's national sport. What we need you to do is go hit the link and vote for rugby league as your favourite sports. No emails or anything required. Just click a few boxes, because at the moment AFL's on 34%, cricket's on 21%, and we're in fourth, still behind soccer.
Ass kicking
in 16%. So
I don't agree with those numbers. I reckon we're about at 25%.
I think we should be jumping cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket's on.
They're a worldwide sport. They're bigger. They're bigger than us worldwide, right?
Yeah.
It's the third biggest sport in the world. I'll give you that, cricket.
Coming off the Ashes. Coming off the Ashes helps
so we
as well.
all. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're just one. I don't know. I know AFL's massive. I know cricket's big, but I think rugby league's a top 3 sport.
Yeah, I'm with you. But we've got to be able to jump because
come on,
we're representing the tab.
Get on board.
We're partners with the tab. If you're not voting, you're making us look bad because we're not talking it up enough. So make sure you get behind it. We've got some stuff coming up with the tab on Friday. Really looking forward to that as well.
10%? Come on, bro.
No, it's more than that now. It's gone up. That was
the other day?
That was the other day. We're at 16 now.
Oh, that's
We're
right.
16.
At least
Yeah.
they're getting behind it. Get behind it,
We're
guys.
still less than half the percentage of what.
We need 20-something%.
Yeah. Got a quick one for those commenting on Kai's weight division. Definitely not a welterweight. Lukey, sorry, what was he?
He's a flyweight.
Oh, he's a flyweight. There it is. Yeah. So Lukey, this is one of the problems we have with Lukey's mic not being able to heard. He told us about it during the episode, and I forgot to relay it. But Kai's a flyweight and definitely not a welterweight. That was from Isaac Luke. So shout out, Bully. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, Bully. Nice, bro.
We've just got one because we've got to catch up on all the other reviews. This one's from Jimmy Reid off the back of all the South news. As a South fan, As a South fan, the back half of the year has been a tough carry. In particular, I'm worried about if we've got the right blokes to get the job done, ? For me, respectfully, 50-odd games into his NRL career, Ilias just doesn't seem to be the man for the job at 7. From my perspective, he doesn't have an elite skill to his game, i.e., for example, the game managing and short kicking game of a Reynolds, long kicking game of a Moses or Cleary, even a weapon bomb of a Burton, etc. So, loves his kicking game too, Jimmy. I'd love you. Would love your thoughts, Mace. Is Lockie Ilias firstly? Is Lockie Ilias the man to go forward for South Sydney? And second, does he need an elite part of his game to be a premiership winning 7?
I was down. Getting a haircut at Barbarians today, as I usually do every Wednesday.
Yep.
And usually, the
Shout out to
barbershop.
Ahmad?
Yeah, Ahmad. Barbershop talk. South was a big thing. There was a couple of big, not ex-players, but like people that were on boards and like they're big South supporters. And they're like, the narrative is, right, they're filthy on Reynolds leaving. Everybody still.
Yep.
Where? Whose choice was to let Reynolds go? Pretty much Demetrios, right?
Okay, is it? Yep.
So you otherwise, because they reckon because Ilias was a young kid, right? He wants to be responsible for his trajectory in his career, saying that he's going to be the next big thing. We don't need Reynolds. He had that narrative, right? Where he's just not that guy. He's not Reynolds. And a lot of the playing group weren't happy with that decision.
Interesting.
So it was interesting. And it's come from pretty good sources. And I was just sitting there going, that sounds about right because Reynolds is already made. Cody Walker's already made. Latrell's already made. All these guys at South, they're all made. Demetrio hasn't been involved in any of these guys' careers, right?
Yep.
He hasn't had a big stamp on it and gone, yeah, he's my boy. Apart from this kid, Ilias. Reached out to him. Reynolds is gone. Ilias is that dude. He's going to take us for the next 10 years. He's going to be our boy. He ain't it.
Okay.
He's a good kid, but he ain't Reynolds. I would have rather kept Reynolds for 2 years and then him learn under Reynolds. And that was the talk. Because he doesn't have, so there's been games there where he hasn't kicked one fucking ball.
Yeah, that's
and the
concerning.
dude has a kicking game. He has a skill set, but he has some pretty dominant characters in his team.
Yeah.
And that's probably the problem there. It's not his skill set. It's the fact that he's got the Cooks, he's got the Cody Walkers, he's got Latrells all around him in that core, which are very ball dominant.
Yeah, I think you saw for a few things. I think Lockie is going to develop into a good 7. Here are my reasons for why not necessarily the decision to get rid of Reynolds was a good one, but when you think about, you named all those guys, Latrell Mitchell, 1 mil, Cody Walker, 1 mil, Cam Murray, 850, Damien Cook,
Cam Murray?
Damien Cook, good money, Keon Kolomatangi, Tom Burgess.
But what do we say?
You can't fit everyone in there, right? So at the time, you go through the roster, you start building it out. You look at Latrell, nice age. Cody Walker's probably the only one who, I think they're being really harsh on Ilias, but it was either going to come down to, for me, salary cap restraints. Reynolds, are you going to keep Reynolds for another 2 years or are you going to keep Cody Walker?
Yeah.
And that's a fucking tough decision because you've got your game manager and you've got the silkiest of silks. I think Lockie Ilias being there on, what, 300,000 or 400,000 is an original reason of why he's on there, and it made sense to keep him. It does make sense,
but back to your point, a couple of times when we were talking about Sam Walker, why? Look at the ball hogs around. I'm not saying they're hogs. Look at the dominant ball carriers that he's got to have. He's got Cam Murray, Lion Share, Cook.
Oh, yes, that was going to be my second point.
That comes into it.
Keep going that. Name everyone else.
Like Latrell Mitchell gets the ball whenever he wants, wherever he wants, and it's usually on the left side.
Yep.
With Cody Walker,
yes.
And you've got that left side, they always score. The right side, Kaloa Matangi's getting fuck all ball. He's got Campbell Graham, who's busted all year. Ilias is on that side. Cody Walker's never on that side. Damien Cook doesn't run to the right. He always runs right, comes back left.
Yep.
So it takes him out of the game where you want your halfback to be dominant, right? And you're not going to get a dominant Ilias because I think his upside is big. That was my second point. First point was because of the Dimitri factor that he wanted to keep Ilias, right? Because he wanted to be his boy. Let Reynolds go. I've got the next 10 years. It's hard for him to be dominant when he's got those really dominant players around him. And it's going to be hard for him. It might take another couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's a part of his game that he has to develop. You've got to find a really good balance when you're a young guy coming through, specifically in a halves with really big personalities outside. You like the biggest. Sam Walker's a really good example. Sam's got to find it as well, where you got to get enough dog in you to be able to go, all right, this is my opportunity. This is I want, team. And when the hard thing is when you do have those cracks, you've got to get it right about 70, 80% of the time, because if you don't, those older boys sitting on the left edge, or the Victor Radleys, the Jared Waerea-Hargraves, the fucking Teddies and Manus at the Roosters, like both teams are very similar in a sense when you think about it.
Yes.
I didn't start thinking about that until you said it. With regards to having an elite part of his game, I don't think he has to right now. He's 2 years into his NRL career. He's only 50 games. I think he's a really, really good defender.
Solid defender, yeah.
I think he's a solid defender, not elite. I think he's not Nathan's level of defender.
Have we seen enough of him?
No way.
No,
50
we haven't,
games.
have we? 50 games is nothing, guys. When he says 50 games, you think it's enough? No, it's not enough.
I'll give you. Well, the prime example is the guy he's taken over. Like Adam Reynolds had some really good years. Yeah. He was surrounded with a really good team, but like he didn't have his imprint on that team until when do you reckon Adam Reynolds would have debuted? I'm going to look that up actually. I'll have a look at that.
9, 10?
I'd say more 11, 12.
Yeah, all right.
But we'll see.
But just say one thing while you type in that. You're big on body language, right?
Yeah.
You pick up on that shit. You have a look at that South Sydney left edge when they go right.
13 he debuted.
13. So when he goes, I'm just saying, when they go...
Oh, no, 12. Sorry, mate, 12.
When they go left, when they go right to Ilias, you watch what happens to those guys who are on the left edge. It's fucking head down. It's this shit. What the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? Because you get into that, they call that line just outside of the right post, and he wants to attack. It's like he sees a 6'4", he'll go at it because they've got 5.
Yep.
Usually that happens when you've got a fullback who will sweep around.
Yep.
Latrell's already sat on this left edge. He doesn't do that. The guys like Edwards and the guys like Ponga and like all the fit ones like Teddy and all that, they can sit behind the play of the ball and be around on that left edge or get around to those both options, right? Yep. So when Latrell's sat there already on the post, they're going left. So when he does call it, I can just see the body language. It ain't loud, but it's loud enough for me and you to notice and just going, fuck.
Yeah. You don't.
What are you doing?
It doesn't need to be much.
Yeah. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like we've already got it set up here.
And what you see that in video, right? Too. When you're watching video,
imagine you being him.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck. What do you say? You can't. So he's in a bit of rock and a hard place right now.
He is.
Does he tough it out? Does he just? He has to, mate. He's in a great system there. They're probably going to, they're going to have a bit of a. If they don't make the 8, there's going to be some fucking real harsh talks in that system there.
For sure.
They're happy with the coaches. Look what's happening now. Sam Burgess, John Morris, all these sort of blokes. They're splitting up, man.
The thing for we'll get to that too. We'll talk about that in the Knights versus Rabbits breakdown. And if he thinks he's finding it hard this year, trying to develop into a half that's going to call the ball when it's on, it's only going to get worse next year when Jack Whiten comes and potentially plays left centre, because then there's going to be even more of a left edge dominance. So but going back to a part of his. I actually like a lot in his game. I think he's still developing. He's in 50 games into his career.
I haven't seen enough for me to sit there and go, Ilias is not it. I'm just telling you the fact that why he is there and why he's not playing that great. It's because he has about 6 dominant players who are all pretty much top 3 players in their position. You just got to play your part, and whenever you do get the time, you got to strike. You got to have those combinations of Koloamatangi and Latrell, and you know what I mean. At the start of the year, they were going right. Campbell Graham was scoring. Campbell Graham was scoring 10, 12 tries.
Yep.
Coincides with Campbell Graham playing a little bit busted. He's had a tough year.
That's a big part of it as well. Like that right edge has been completely busted.
Kaloa's been out for 8 weeks.
Trell missed a lot of time, but before that, he was actually flowing to the right a little bit more. And I look at a guy like Lockie Ilias, and it's going to be. I think he's going to be pretty similar. He can have a sort of career like a Chad Townsend, where a very solid half. He's going to develop it even more. I think he's got a good temperament. He's gone through, you look at last year in particular, he got, was pulled in the Dragons game. He come back and fought back and learned from it. Resilience. So he does have resilience, and I think he'll be fine. I think he's the 7 for years moving forward. I wouldn't be making a change. There's been chat around changing, potentially moving someone else like a Blake Taff or Latrell into the halves.
It's a confidence thing with that kid,
and
right?
Taff.
Can you imagine like when you do decide to go right and you don't pull the trigger the right way, or you come up with the play that's not it, then you go look left in the video and the whole left edge is blown up. Like that ain't good for your confidence. You probably don't want the fucking ball next time. Especially these young halves, they're just sitting there going, you know what I mean? Like you need, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not good for his confidence when he looks left and you watch in the video and they're like, fucking what are you doing? Like, you're probably just going, just fucking early ball to like Campbell Graham and then just sit back, get back to the way and then give it back to Cam Murray and just fucking catch and pass and get out of there.
Well, you
don't want that.
Well, this is another reason why we've been I think I've been high on Jerome Luai and what the Panthers do for a long time, because Jerome plays it perfectly. So let's get to that. Titans versus Panthers. They win 40-14. Like we were alluding to just before we sort of wrapped it up quickly for the review, the Titans at one point, Mace, were 95% with 10 minutes to go, and they still lost by 26 points. This Penrith team is fucking pretty good.
Ridiculous.
They rattled them for a little bit. It wasn't until Jaden Campbell went off with the injury that they sort of started to lose faith, but they were coming pretty hard, and they nearly caused an upset, but still somehow ended up losing by 26. So how good is this Penrith team? And 3 in a row. And are they thinking minor premiership, or are they thinking 3 in a row if you're the Panthers?
Fucking both.
Yeah.
They're in position to get both. Do you think coming back through the ruck and that like annoys them? You know what I mean? Like where he was coming back, like where Campbell was coming back, bang, bang, stepping this, like tiring out their big boys, like fuck, trying to get him. Of course, they form a fence all the time, and it's pretty hard to get through, but you're moving all these guys. You know, like they're hitting that whole the Haas guy hit that whole boom off his right foot. That was a fucking great try, 50 metres out against Penrith, early in the 10 minutes, right?
Yep, first try.
Great try. But I found that they troubled him a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. With them coming back against the grain, stepping around, having front hole runners trying to hit in there, and then going out the back, and then playing on the fucking other side. Takes gas out, man.
You know what I've found with Penrith over the last 2 years, and it's very hard, but teams that can keep it up for an extended period of time, you've got to be able to play through the middle. But what happens is they show you the outside. So what they do is they play a really compressed line. They're really good at double D on the edges, as you know, Mace, the Critters of the world, the Brian Tyers, the Taruvas. So they show you the sideline that makes you go wide. And then when they do, when you play through the middle, every now and again they smack you, so it deters you from going there. But I'm telling you, I think repeat efforts through the middle are the way to beat Penrith. It's just
you got to. It's harder than if you want to go against Penrith's middle. They want you to.
That's why I think Brisbane are a big chance.
That's why Brisbane's only the only team in that whole comp that can go against Brisbane.
We'll keep going through the middle.
Against Penrith because they will keep going because Payne Haas does not care. Neither
Paddy Carrigan,
neither Carrigan. They're coming through with football as well. And they've got pace on the edges. It's the only team that can beat Penrith. But like when you play like the Titans, 95 completion rate, they play pretty well, but they still got beat, by that much. But they did trouble them for a little bit. They did, yeah. But it's hard because their edges, they do double D a lot, right? With Liam Martin and even Sorensen on those edges. Then they just they want you to go around. They hold you up like Taruva and that. And then the fucking about 3 or 4 of them come in, grab legs, grabs this, and you're out.
Yep.
It's fucking humiliating. How many times do they do that? Especially on Luai's side. Do you know what I mean? They just
celebrate
and then
right
they
in front
come
of you.
in, they celebrate right in your face, and you can't do shit about it. And they're like, okay, we'll go through the middle. Bang, Fisher Harris. Bang, Leota. Fucking Kenny. Everyone. Just smack the shit out of you. It's a very fucking hard time. It's a very hard side to beat. And they're the best at it, man. And everyone does their job.
I'm just thinking of Critter's game as well. So
Yeah, he's mad.
3 try assists in this game. So the first one was the try, I think it was Zach Hoskins. He goes up, kick chases really well, tips it back. Hoskins picks it up, he scores. Next one, he gets a little bit of early ball, rolls in a kick for the winger, the new winger, forgetting his name, it's escaped me, I'll grab it later on. Not Taruva. The new white boy on the wing for him, he's filling in for Toto. And then the third one, which is fucking a very hard skill to do. So they make a break out of yardage. Critter's steaming down the outside. He's got the winger come across. Dylan Edwards it's a 15-metre minimum 20 pass. Like, he made that look so easy. That pass on the run, like for, you know, normally when you're watching a game.
End over end too, he didn't spiral it.
Oh, it was a silky, right? Yeah. And whenever you watch that, you normally see the opposition team come out and go, fuck, that was forward, because it's a very hard pass to not throw forward. He's just got it all. He's just so silky. You're getting a really good one there next year at the Bulldogs.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
I think he's got to play fullback for you. So I know you're bringing Taff over, but
if he wants to play fullback, I'm pretty sure he can.
I just want him to touch the ball as much as he can, because he's a class player. And for me, he's clearly number 2 behind Joey Manu in his centres.
He's that dude,
and then you
man.
throw in his defence too, man. His defence is so good as well.
What he brings on the field, off the field, everything, mate. He's a full package.
Also, mentioned him before, Dill Edwards, he scored that try, 23 for 303 metres and 2 tries. He was close to my dog of the week as well.
And that was like that, and it looked like that he wasn't like a massive standout. It just looked like a stock standard game for him.
He was just working his ass off in this game. It was just like a tradesman's like Dill Edwards, typical Dill Edwards running the beep test out sort of performance. He's a weapon. The Dragons played the Storm and lost in a close one right at the death, 38-28. It took a brutal hit from Ali Katoa.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jerome Hughes sweeps on the scraps.
That was awful.
Oh, I don't.
Who did he hit?
Me and Lukey were watching it together.
I was like, oh, yuck.
Yeah, and Lukey was going, how didn't he see him there? And I'm like, because what happens is when you're doing those drop plays, you don't expect the outside to come into you. So even though Benny Hunt probably would have seen him in his peripherals, it's not something you'd expect. So you normally expect the inside pressure. Yeah. But he was slightly on his outside shoulder, and he just jammed in, hit it perfectly, timed it perfect. Because if he misreads it and Ben Hunt picks it up and throws short, there wasn't a really hard line, but that's how you can potentially get fucked up. So again, it's just another clear example of bellyache turning a player with a lot of potential into.
We said that
he's knocking on the door now.
Yeah. Like you might, just say, if he didn't get injured this year, I think he missed what 6 weeks.
Yeah, he missed a few. He missed a couple games. Yeah,
when he was just getting fit.
Yep.
Just getting fit when he could do the stuff that Eli Katoa can do, sitting on that right edge, and they missed him, and they had to stuff around and get Big Nas on the edge, and it just fucked up their middles, and they were getting dominated in the middle. So losing him was big. Getting him back is massive. Now he's starting to find his fitness. Another 2 games on the edge. Played a couple off the bench. Yeah, he's got that X factor.
He does.
He's got that nice stuff in him.
I actually don't mind Nas on the bench as well, but if he can develop into, like you said, he's got that Jeremiah and I about him for sure. Pappy has been named on the extended bench this week. I think he's wearing jersey number 22, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes back. But a typical like Bellamy decision at the moment that seems to be working well for them is Marion Seve and young Scope Tonamapea over Remus Smith and Juzzy Olam.
Remus Smith played, didn't he?
Remus Smith didn't play.
He didn't play on the weekend?
18th man.
Wow, okay.
So
I thought he played a couple of minutes.
No, he didn't. So how did you do you think Marion Seve and young Tonamapea are going to play finals, or like Juzzy Olam's going to spend his time at?
Well, he ain't going to. I don't think he's going to waste their time right now and go Remus Smith and Juzzy Olam just come in for the last 2 games. You guys just take care, unless they've just been busted for a couple of years, which they have been.
But Juzzy Olam's not busted.
He's playing reserve grade.
Correct.
Remus Smith deserves his spot.
Remus Smith come back last week and played against who'd they play the week before? Parramatta. And then he was on the wing. Yeah, it was Parramatta the week before. No, it wasn't. Let me get it up.
So Remus Smith got named on the wing on the weekend.
Got named on the wing, but Will Warbrick come in.
Yeah, but Warbrick, yeah. Yeah, weird.
Who did they play the week before? Oh, the Raiders. They pumped the Raiders, yeah. So he didn't play.
I wonder why was it a late scratching? Because you wouldn't name him at 2 and then just go, no, you're not playing. Will Warbrick's playing.
Yeah, well, I think Will Warbrick was coming back from a concussion the week before.
Okay.
So,
man, that's a hard one because I like Remus Smith and I like Juzzy Olam. Just their presence.
Yeah,
they're
same.
big boys, and when they're fit and they're ready to roll, not many people can get through those two.
Juzzy Olam was arguably the best centre of the last. You put him and Joseph Manu in the same bracket for the last 2 or 3 years. So
he's done something wrong, man. He must have been missing a lot of assignments defensively for him to get dropped because usually, like, you'd give him a couple more chances, right? It's the difference between Craig Bellamy and some other coaches.
Some other coaches, right? You
like,
slip up, your standards aren't here.
If your standards aren't reaching
That's crazy,
standards, mate, you're not it. You're not it. We're going to pick a young kid who's going to do it. These kids know they've got an opportunity to play finals football, and they're fucking going hard.
That's what makes the Storm great. Yep. People,
keep
there are a lot of
these
coaches that talk about standards and they don't follow through on it when it matters the most. And I don't know. I haven't been watching it close enough to see that before Juzzy Olam got dropped that he was playing that bad, that he deserved to be dropped. But it could be something to do with preparation, training, all these things that you're not aware of because, like we said, like we keep saying, Juzzy Olam on his day is a top 3 centre in the game, and that's why Craig Bellamy is one of the best coaches of all time because he's getting, at the moment, he's getting results with Marion Seve and young Tonamapea without playing 2 guys in which Smith and Olam would walk into most NRL teams starting centres.
Smith, he would have been picked for the Kiwis last year if he didn't do his did he do his ACL or something?
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure if it's ACL, but he's injured. So also I want to give a quick shout out to Dragons player, 3rd degree burns, Billy.
Killed it.
Best game of his career.
Good on him.
He was making breaks and it didn't even look like he was trying.
Mason George had him on the ropes, man.
You know who I like as well? I like that Daniel Russell as well.
Yeah, the winger?
Yeah, no, the back rower.
Is he the back rower? Yeah,
the ginger back rower.
I was just like, he's Papua New Guinea. I'm like, no, you got the wrong person.
Yeah.
You got the wrong person.
You were thinking of Ravalawa, Fiji. Nah, Russell's he's a journeyman back rower. I think he's a 27, 28-year-old debutant. I love it, mate. He's rock solid for the Dragons. I hope he stays on with the Dragons or gets another gig because he's a first grader, man.
He goes better than average, mate.
He's better than average for sure.
You got those Couchman twins, I reckon. They go all right.
They really like the Couchman twins for
down
sure.
there. You got Flano down there. They could make a bit of a splash next year.
The hard thing is just with the Dragons and most clubs like yourself down the bottom and Tigers. There's not really many available or that are available right now, right? So you almost need to be fucking. You need to be buying the year before.
It's fucking hard, man.
It's very hard to get players on that year.
Gun juniors, bro. This is a whole nother fucking segment.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Rabbitohs, we touched on Lockie Ilias there. Knights cement case as true contender to Penrith and Broncos, I believe, in a statement game against Souths. It was like an opposite day. When I was watching this game, the shape was that good for the Knights. It reminded me of Souths of the last couple of years.
Shape.
And every time Souths were trying to get in the shape, they were dropping the ball. It was behind the shoulder. It was out in front. The timing was off. Yeah. I'm like, that's fucking the Knights of the last 2-3 seasons.
Was fucking getting clear space. Like 10 metres. Like he's getting the ball 10 metres like from that defender and the whole fucking sideline.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
And he only needs 10 centimetres.
Defensively, I don't know how you can fuck up that bad.
Yeah.
Like I was just looking at that going, wow, how's he get so clear? You know what I mean? They're getting the ball from 50% right in the middle there and creating those numbers. And fucking disguise a good man. Callum Ponga is ridiculous.
I think more teams are looking at attacking from the 50 rather than because teams are getting really good at defending inside the 20, so you've got to find a point of difference, right? Yeah. Teams are attacking now, I reckon, more often than they've ever done it before.
From 50.
The 40, the 50, the 40.
Do you know what?
10.
And the ones with the best fullbacks, right?
Yeah.
Because fullback can sit right behind the ruck.
Yes.
And then wherever you go, so you're looking at cues, right? If you're at marker, if you're at A, if you have a dumb middle, you have rookie middles who don't know what the fuck they're doing, which there's a lot of them. They don't talk in the middle, and then you'll get schooled. Yep. Just say, because all you got is 1A, and then you got a right 4. You know that. If you've got that 1A next to you and no communication at marker, you're fucked. because it's all on that right four.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't put pressure on that first ball player, Kalen Ponga skips outside your two man, gets to you, three man gets to your two man. He's got a fucking 3-on-2 straight away.
Game over.
So if you don't work hard for a marker and your A's not screaming up, putting inside pressure to that ball player, you're done. It's usually Hastings around there with a Fitzgibbon leading, then out the back, and then you got Bradman Best, and then you got Kalen Ponga, Bradman Best, Marju. So if you don't fucking name drop Ponga and go, Ponga's going right, I'm going hard. If I'm at marker, I need to go hard at Hastings so he plays earlier, so you can move, and then everyone just comes up and moves to the sideline.
Yep.
But if you bite in because you don't trust A, you're fucked.
I think
Because then it's 4-on-3 and Ponga knows exactly what to do. It's the difference between having the fucking great ball player like brain like Ponga. Then he does it better than anybody. Anybody. No one can do it like him.
You know what they're doing as well? Because they're sweeping so late, because the defence knows it's got plenty of grass behind. Like an old saying of ex-teammate of mine, you got grass. So that what he means is you're not on attack as much from the 30 or 40 because you know you've got 30 metres plus a fullback sweeping in behind. So you start backing off. And now when you start backing off, you think about so many games this year where you can see the South Sydneys of the world. Like when South Sydney were getting back into the game against Cronulla, right? When Cronulla were getting back into the game against Manly, when they were coming back, teams are having a crack from 2 or 3 tackles, getting the fourth, having a shot, not worrying about getting caught on the sideline because hopefully it's a quick play of the ball or you make a break. It might lead to an error.
It usually starts just over the 40, right? They're striking from, you get out of yardage, just say you've come out of yardage pretty good, just say
as soon as
over,
you're over
the halfway. It's like that third tackle play, it's on. Just to pull the trigger, and you just got to have the plays in the right positions. Ponga will see it. He'll see who's at marker, right? And if your marker is just lazy, he's been on there for 30 minutes or something like that. He's not fucking getting it. He's not getting it Hastings. He ain't moving that good. A's not getting up fucking square. Just really bad habits in the middle. That's where you get him because the right four's on there for the whole game. And if he's not keeping the middles accountable and calling another number over, because you can easily have the 5-5 split. Next minute, if you call that guy from the other side, call him real late and everyone shifts over real quick, that's when you can solve. But that's just fucking understanding the game and having middles who understand the game, because Ponga is starting to say, you're the play the ball. He's starting there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, fucking bang, he's got that, and it's just a little fucking sweep play, and it's perfect.
So on Kalen, we've had some really good runs. You think of the Hayne 09 run, you think of Turbo's run in 2021. Benny Barber did it for a more extended period of time. I'm talking about runs from at least 5 to 6 games in the season and going on a run. Kalen starting to etch his name with some of the greats.
7 games in a row now.
He'd be close to, I reckon, third maybe. I'm trying to think. So Walshy's out suspension, Drinkwater's out suspension, Sean Johnson, Payne Haas, and Kalen Ponga. I think top 3 in the Dally M's maybe by the end of the year.
Sounds about right.
And they're also getting a lot of value out of Marzu and Dom Young. Not only Marzu scoring tries, but just his yardage, man. And same as Dom Young, the way they get in for those first couple of carries. Because if you got a really good winger that carries hard, you can isolate him by kicking to that corner and then negating it.
It's a really good balanced team, man. They've got Gags and Dom Young.
They've got it on both sides.
Well.
Yeah,
you got Frizzell on that right side.
Gags,
you know what I mean? Like
Gags loves a tough carrier.
Loves a tough carry. Dom Young just loves a tough carry. He's averaging over 200 metres a game. So both edges are dangerous. Their middles just need to do a job on people, man. Just be real physical. Got 2 Saifidi brothers. You got Frizzell, Lachlan Fitzgibbon. Who's the lock doing? Man sometimes? Or
Adam Elliott.
Adam Elliott. Like he's solid in the middle, gets really good minutes. That's a real fucking
He's starting to find his way, Adam Elliott.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He was scrappy at the start of the year, in and out.
Both Saifidi boys, Phoenix Crosson's doing his job.
Mudders Croker.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Thompson, like all these guys.
He's the one.
Man. Thompson's good.
Leo Thompson's the one.
Yeah.
I think, you got those guys that are established. I think when you have really good teams every single year, there's always like a player that comes out out of the wilderness.
And he's been around for a little bit, like maybe 2 years, 3 years
now, but not consistent footy. I think, you really need to have an emergence of a player like that to be an elite team. If you go back and look at a lot of teams, there's always been someone that's just come out of nowhere and had a really good back end of the season.
They could, as I said, fuck around getting in prelim.
speaking of fucking around and getting into the finals, Rabbitohs coach Jason Demetrio is adamant he didn't want Sam Burgess to leave the club after the legend parted way with South Sydney in controversial circumstances on Wednesday morning. Porky, Mace? Call him Porky?
Sure.
What's happened there?
I don't know, mate. I just don't think it's just not happening there, mate. I've heard rumours. It's all allegedly shit, but like, they're just not getting along.
Yeah,
never really have. That's from pretty good sources.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, it's just best thing for Sammy just to do the right thing. If he's not if he's not in full control, I don't think if he's not head coach, don't be an assistant there.
Yeah,
because he has too much pull in that place. So imagine him being an assistant. He's like fucking telling players how to play, and then you feel like you're undermining the head coach.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and the head coach, he's got a strong presence. He's a strong man. He's a great human. He's a good coach. He knows what he's fucking talking about. So if you're a coach with, if you feel the ego's getting hit a little bit and like you're not confident in yourself, you know what I mean? You probably feel a little bit threatened.
Yeah,
you know, and I think that's the case.
If you're not a Wayne
Bennett, if you're not an established person like a Craig Bellamy and shit, lad, you haven't been coaching for all that long, and you got Sam Burgess as your forwards coach and assistant coach, you're probably going to feel a little bit threatened, knowing the fact that you've heard all these rumours that Rusty wants him as the head coach.
Well, he's Rusty's favourite.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you'd be like, you know, you'd be butting heads a little bit. That's what I'm hearing. I think Sam Burgess has done the grown up thing, and you're on. You know what? I've already signed with Warrington. Probably go over there for 2 years, come back and coach the Rabbits, and he's got a baby on the way. He's got a few things going on in his mind. This is probably the smartest thing he's done.
Yeah.
So
do you think it's more about the coaching stuff than the rumours with regards to being unsettled with players? Do you think because?
I think there's a bit of a split. I think there's a little bit of a split in the playing group when it comes to like some of the big name players and Demetrio, right? So other players, some head coaches don't put up with that shit.
Yeah.
You hear some rumours now like where Wayne Bennett give Latrell a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
You know, that's fucking Wayne Bennett.
See, this is my point, right? Because I've been at a couple of clubs where, so I'll give you an example. At Parramatta, there was just no leeway towards Hindy, Birdie, Kalis, who were 12, 13-year players. But then when I went to Manly, in the early years, 13, 14, they didn't train in pre-season. They trained they trained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everyone
Skibby,
else,
Snake, and Killer and that.
Mate, there was 8 of them, and all the rest of us were Monday to Saturday. Did I care? No fucking way, because they've got the runs on the board, right? So there's a part of it where you got to find the balance with it, right? So you got to be able to look and go, fuck, Latrell's won a couple of comps. Cody Walker's the best, R6. And if they're the guys that are getting the preferential treatment, because like I said, I've been at clubs where it's happened before, and I look at it and go, I don't give a fuck what they're doing at training.
You should have an attitude like, I want to get to that level.
Yes.
I want to get to that level. Do you know what I mean? I want to get those sort of, like, because that team that you're talking about, the Gifties, the Snakes, the Chocky Watmows, the Stevie Maddeyes, the Jamie Lyons, all these guys, they played a shitload of games by the time you got there, man. Like 200 games, they're all 10 tests, 10 origins.
We were winning.
And you fucking had a winning culture.
Yeah.
So therefore, Desi, Tubes would have given a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
At the moment now, they haven't won anything since 2014, South. They've been promising everything. I know Latrell's won competitions at the Roosters. They ain't the Roosters. You know what I mean? So if someone's getting preferential treatment and then just say a guy like Sam Burgess or other people going, this ain't our fucking standards, that's where they're headbutting a little bit, where Demetrio's letting Latrell do whatever the fuck he wants pretty much. Do you know what I mean? Where Wayne can do that because Wayne knew he would get the best out of him.
Yeah, knew how to get him to switch it back on.
That's why Wayne Bennett's Wayne Bennett.
Yeah.
And he's been coaching for over 30 years. But a lot of other players are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like,
I think you're right.
I think that's something along. It's not fucking 100%, but it's along the lines of that.
With your experience and you knowing a few people, that would be your assumption.
That would be.
I think you're pretty close to it. I think that's about right as well. Moving on to the Raiders versus the Bulldogs. Mace, this was close with about 10 or 15 minutes to go, but the Raiders really kicked away. They still don't play out the Bulldogs. They can't win a game 13 plus the Raiders, 1-12.
You'd be killing.
But Canberra find themselves in a typical dogfight.
Yeah.
Bulldogs, much improved from last week, Mace. Some good signs, but
That's probably the disappointing thing, what you just said. It was 18-all with 18 minutes to go.
Yep.
And then it was in that dogfight sort of thing, was in, and then Ruppiner just goes boom straight through, then Big Papa
Jesus
goes.
was good. He was the fullbacks this
fucking
week.
great. Ruppner's a fucking
I want to give, sorry mate, just before we get into Bulldogs, I want to give massive shout out. 4 fullbacks, they were all my dogs of the week. Kalen, who I went with, Dylan Edwards, Connor Tracy was a big candidate, and Geordie Rapps was right up there as well.
I've never seen a player, winger / fullback, I think he's has more of an influence on a team than Geordie Rapps. He makes massive plays defensively. He gets toughest carries. He's their dude.
Silky.
He's a fucking goal kicks. He's got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The only person who had an influence like that is probably Wendell and Lottie.
That's big.
Two big fucking wingers that could get it. They could get it done. They could make like 100-meter tries. But Rapps is like he's
underrated.
He's very underrated, mate.
Yeah.
He's going to go down as one of the Canberra greats. But he has such an influence on that team. He does this shit. Fuck, even that game, like we were in it, and then he goes bang.
He's the difference.
Straight through the guts, big plays.
Him and Tarps through the middle was unbelievable as well. But I thought
Tarps a nice tip onto Big Papa, and then they score like Timoko was fucking a great game. A weapon. He was fucking,
He's locked in his spot for the Kiwis in the in that series at the end of the year.
Yeah. So he had Burton on skates.
Yeah. It's there's only a small sample size of it, but I think Burton and Sexton can turn into something. I think with a full preseason, I think they can. There's some Sexton's got to. There's every time I don't know if it's Sexton is going to be a Luke Brooks for me, where you see flashes of plays in and out of games where you're like, fuck, where's that for consistently? Like, sometimes I watch Brooks play a game and I'm like, all right, shit, that's what everyone's talking about. Like
2018.
Yes,
everyone thought he was going to be like he's going to be battling for New South Wales.
I see moments in Sexton over the last 3 years. I'm going, there's a player in there, and then with Matty Burton, he needs a player like Sexton who essentially will get him around the park, and then he can put his little. Salt and pepper on top, with Sexton, I think they can develop.
Sexton's all right. He talks really well. He's been good at training, but people don't understand. Like he just got here 6 weeks ago. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You got to give him time, give him a full preseason. You got to have to get continuity at training, the combinations. You got Kickow, you got Fox. The left centre could be Critter, it could be someone else. I'm not sure who the left centre is going to. Could be Bronx Sherry. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't know. It could be a few people, but they're the combinations. They're the combinations that we need to build all preseason. I think if these guys think this preseason was hard, fucking new shock, mate.
A back line. I'm just trying to think how it would fit best. What was Bronx Sherry before he finished? Was he left or right? Was he
left
right?
Center.
He was left center.
Gun left center.
So you got Bronx. I reckon Sherry will roll straight in, depending on what shape he comes back in. Left center. Critter right.
Critter could play right, or if he plays fullback, because Blake Taff ain't a lock at fullback.
No, he's not. He's going to
play 14. He could play, wherever. I think he can play. He could play multiple positions, but it's not like he's coming in. If Critter goes, I want to have preseason at fullback, Ciro. Okay, let's see how it goes. You're going to give it a crack, aren't you?
How's speaking of next year? How is Jack Whiten feeling about what's going on at South at the moment?
This could be a DCE flip. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. I'm hearing it. Fucking big rumours.
No, DCE was before a certain time. It was before
you can
the contract.
Get out of your contract whenever you want.
Can you?
Yeah, man.
I thought it was
Nothing's
up until a certain point.
There's no locks. There is no locks in this game anymore, man. If he don't want out, if he feels that whatever is going on at South and it ain't going to be benefiting him and winning grand finals, he's fucking more chance of winning one at Canberra.
Well, he did post that it's 100% not true, and then he was happy, and then it got taken down. So
of course you're going to say that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be sweet. I think he's been looking forward to the change for all.
Same.
I think Souths are a better team than what the Canberra Raiders are going to be, despite where they are on the later this year. All right, let's get into previewing the games, eh?
Yeah, man.
The first game, Penrith versus Parramatta. Our friends at the Tab have Penrith heavy favourites and deservedly so, $1.08. It's very rare that you get Penrith over $1.15. I think it's only going to be when they play the likes of the Brisbane Broncos of the world so that they even get close $1.50 that you're looking for to even have a lick. So you're always looking at the line, which is 20.5. Parramatta, $8 underdogs. Brian Toto is good to go, while Mitch Kenny and Scotty Sorensen both remain sidelined. Jack Cogger has been named to start hooker, but could be a late swap with Sonny Luke on game day. Zach Hoskins starts in the back row with Luke Garner named on the bench. As for the Eels, Sean Lane is back from an injury. Having been named on the bench, Lane moved into the starting side for Ryan Madison on Thursday. Brendan Hands is amongst the reserves, but doesn't appear to be likely on game day. It's a weird one, Brendan Hands, because I thought he's been playing well, but for whatever reason, Joey Lussick's come straight in and taken his job. Yeah. The guy I was referring to before was Tom Jenkins. Tom Jenkins in the 21 jerseys. Shout out, Jenko.
Yeah, Jenko. Love you, mate. D-Jam. I didn't know his name was D-Jam, Arcee.
Now I want to have a little bit on him. Now I want to have a bit on him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. Penrith by how much? Can they cover the 20, Mace?
No, I don't reckon. There's too much. There's a lot of pride in that team for Parra.
It's a good team, mate, Parramatta.
Still got a good team there.
Gutho, Sevo, Penasini, Simonson, Russell, Arcee, Brown.
They ain't a bad side, man.
It's probably their best side, actually, bar Moses.
Mate, yeah.
I don't know if they're missing anyone else.
This is very, very disrespectful. $8. They'll handle the line easy.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. I'm looking at that team.
Yeah, look at that team, man.
The only player that they're missing is Moses and that. So let's see how big of a tie. Playing Penrith to Penrith.
Penrith to Penrith are going to be hard, but it's going to be very dewy. It's going to be.
And Liam Martin plays his 100th game too this week.
Yeah,
so
they won't lose Penrith, but it just won't be an absolute smacking. You look at that forward pack. I think Bryce Cartwright's had his best year career wise.
I do as well.
Cam McGiller's got another game under his belt. Junior Paulo.
Better for the run next year.
Yeah, man, they'll be all right, but they won't win.
I'm going to go. 20's a lot.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot. Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go plus 20.5 as well. All right, moving on to Friday night, the first game. The Waz are back at home at Daniel Anderson Stadium. Is it still Daniel Anderson Stadium for this week? Surely. Or has it gone back to Go Media? Versus St. George Illawarra Dragons, $1.16 the Warriors, $5.20 about the Dragons. The line is 16.5. I actually really like that for the Dragons. I can't see the Warriors blowing them out. The Warriors have Tomato Martin in the reserves. Martin could swap to the bench for Freddie Lussick or be a straight swap for Luke Metcalf. Mitch Barnett remains sidelined for another week. As for the Dragons, Zach Lomax returns after being a late withdrawal last week. Rookie hooker Connor Mellison, how do you reckon you say that name? Mellison has been named on the interchange bench, but may come into the run-on side and bump Little back to the bench. I don't think that'll happen. The Dragons, can they keep it close against the Warriors? I think they can, Mace.
Yeah, I think
Tomato Martin, if he doesn't play this week, Metcalf has got to have a pretty big game.
He's going to have a massive game because he was off last week and they spotted him up.
4 tries on that right side.
Big time. That's a fucking big problem.
Yeah.
Very big problem. Because Tomato Martin is not a bad defender.
No, he's not. He's solid and he's a vet. And he knows how to win footy games.
Yep. So he better have nearly a man of the match performance. But
Warriors and Dragons with the start?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to the second game, the Dolphins host the Cowboys at Suncorp Stadium. Plenty of key returns for the Wayne Bennett side. Hamasei Tapuai-Fidow is back at fullback. Connolly Lemuelu and Kenny Bromwich are also back. Really big ends.
Jesus.
Hylam Lukey Stowe comes in the starting lineup for Jeremiah Nanai, who's sidelined again with a shoulder injury this time. It just might not be the year for the Cowboys when I think about it. The new man on the bench is Kulikefu Fine Fuiaki. Semi Valame's injury opens it up for Murray Talangi to go back to the wing with Zach Labert coming in the centres. Val Holmes still has one more week suspension. So our friends and partners, the Tab, have the Dolphins $3.20 underdogs. The line is 9.5, and Cowboys are favourites at Suncorp, $1.36, Mace.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys. They got too much to play for. Plus, it's like the 9.5 as well.
Yep.
I'll cover that. Easy, don't you think?
Yeah. I'm on.
Sure. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I know they've got a lot of fight.
I've got the Cowboys in my LPC multi later on.
The Dolphins, they'll be up for the fight. But come on, if they're worth anything, the Cowboys, and they're fair income about saving their year, I think they've got to win these last 2 games. They'll be going all in.
Yep.
All in.
Cowboys, and I've got Cowboys covering as well. Moving on to Saturday, we have the Storm versus the Titans at AAMI Park. Star fullback Ryan Pappenhausen is listed amongst the reserves. Bellamy will make the call on his star number 1 later in the week, with any return likely to come via the bench, with Nick Meaney remaining at fullback. As for the Titans, Fozzie's back. Kieran Foran is back from a sternum injury and set to play by Jojo Fafita, returns from an ankle injury. Jamin Jolliffe is named to start, and Isaac Liu on the bench. Our friends and partners, the Tab, have Melbourne heavy favourites are $1.11. Gold Coast is $6.50, and the line is plus 19.5 for the Titans. Again, another big line. I might be attacking a few of these lines on the weekend, and I'm not talking about the grouse variety.
I reckon they'll cover the line. The Titans they're finishing the year off good. I'm not sure about Jamin Jolliffe starting and Tino at lock. I like Isaac Liu at lock. He really changes it up, man.
I think because he did so well filling in for when they had the full deck of cards there for a little while. Isaac Liu was that point of difference coming off the bench with
but he's like he does. If they can really buy into the way Isaac Liu plays. Like he's got some great ball skills, man. Especially on the left side of the field, he can hook up with Hozzy, and then you got Fafita getting those one-on-ones.
Fozzie or Hozzy?
Hozzy and Fozzie. And if he can hook up with that, because he gets that wide ball, especially from 50%, what we're talking about, he can skip right out. He catch it, bang, he's straight at the seam, man. Fozzie around the back, or even AJ, all that kind of, they can do some really good things. But
you think they can keep it close? 18.5's not enough? Yeah,
for sure.
I mean,
I like
that's too much. Yeah.
I like him.
I'm with you. Roosters take on the West Tigers, and the line's going to be pretty big again, I think, in this one. Sam Walker's back to the number 7 jersey Mace, with Muddis Hutchison reverting to 18th man. After withdrawing late last week, Kiwi Test prop Hargraves is back on deck and set to play with his New Zealand teammate Joe Manu, who moves the fullback, with James Tedesco missing the game with the HIA. Head knock he got, missing the last 20 minutes of that Eels game last week. No changes expected for the West Tigers. Will Smith is the new halfback, with Captain Api Carousel moving back to the bench. So Tigers have been pretty good, I think. Are we attacking lines again?
No. This is going to be a touch-up. It's going to be a touch-up.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Give me the lines. I'm taking a line. I might just go all the big lines of this weekend because
I think, I could be with you because of knowing the fact that these players have got a lot to play for. I keep saying it. They've got their careers on the line. They ain't going to go out there and get pumped. This could be the last. This is the last 2 games. It could be the last 2 games some of these players ever play for these teams.
Para 20.5. I'm on.
Yeah, I like that one.
Dragons plus 16.5. I'm on. Dolphins, I'm not touching that game. I'm going to leave that game alone.
Yeah.
Gold Coast plus 19.5, I'm on.
Yeah.
And Tigers plus 17.5, I'm on.
All right, I'm with you.
I thought you were going to
No, you got me. Because I think they're very competitive.
Yeah, okay. We'll see if those teams can keep it close or it's going to be proper blowouts. We'll see. Moving on to the Canberra Raiders versus Brisbane Broncos down in Canberra.
Yeah, tight.
Jack Whiten has been named amongst the reserves as he looks to return from a hamstring injury that removed him from last week. Matt Frawley remains in the halves. Corey Horsburgh is set to play, but Albert Hopewadi is in doubt. James Schiller could be called in off the bench should the winger be ruled out, with Seb Chris unlikely to be back. I know Xavier Savage just scored 3 tries in New South Wales Cup in an early return from a hamstring last week as well. As for the Broncos, Corey Oates returns for his long-awaited 200th game, so Hunter Mariner goes to the reserves. Jesse Arthurs is back into contention as 18th man.
What did I tell you about our boy Martin Tapau?
Martin Tapau is back amongst the reserves.
You know what I mean? Hey, that's what I'm saying. He don't warrant coming back into that 17 because these guys like Pierre Cora,
you can't take any of them
out of his fucking skin, same as Jensen and Kobe Hetherington. And then you got the Ellisons and all these other young kids, Palacia.
Willison.
Is it Willison?
Willison, yeah.
They don't want to give that spot up. They know they're on the way to winning the comp, maybe.
That's a good team, man.
It's a fucking great team.
That's a good
very
team.
well balanced because these guys come off the bench and you don't lose much.
I think
Tyson Smoothie, I'm not sure if Is he the 14?
Yeah, they like him.
Is he the 14?
Kevy likes him. I can tell by the way that Kevy talks about him in post.
Melbourne system, defends good, does all the little things really well. And he's a good replacement for if Billy Walters gets a little bit of a break sometimes.
And he'll never, ever score a try in his life because Grant Atkins.
No. Thank you, Atkins. But I like this game.
Yeah, this is going to be a close game as well. 11.5 is probably not enough points for me to jump on, but I think Canberra will keep it close.
Will the Bronx lose one? Do you think it's healthy to lose a game like, 2 rounds to go and, miss one against Canberra?
No.
At Canberra. Honest, what is this Saturday? Is this the last Super Saturday game?
Yeah, no, I think I think it's important to win this game. And then next week, if I'm Brisbane and Penrith, I'm playing all my Reggies. I do not give a fuck.
I'm going
all my Reggies.
I'm going Canberra for an upset.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I just think they're just yuck, and they'll go at.
Got them at the start of the year too with the power game.
They got that fucking awful team where they just don't. It's Super Saturday. It's freezing down. These boys have been chilling.
7:30 game in Canberra.
Hey, they've been. Shirts up for training in at Brisbane. 26, 27 degrees. Come on, go down to Canberra.
I like that narrative.
See how you going.
I like that narrative.
You've
swayed me on this game.
Yeah,
I'm with you on the
Canberra.
point.
Canberra what they do in the away sheds, right?
Yeah.
They turn the fucking heaters on.
Yeah.
You know what their rooms are? Fucking ice. They're like ice bars, right? So they turn the heaters on in the away rooms to make us feel it's fucking nice and warm.
Yeah,
you go outside, it's fucking minus 10.
What's that?
Ooh, you hate it. Hey, I'm going Canberra.
You've talked me into the points. I don't know if I can go head to head, but I like the fucking brass nuts of it all. Moving on to the Bulldogs. This is the Willie Mason Cup again. Yep. Bulldogs versus Eagles Sunday at Accor Stadium. Carl Aluapu is all available, but unlikely to line up with Toby Sexton remaining in the halves with Matt Burton, who we talked about before. Tolu Kola moves to fullback for the injured Ruben Garrick, who has been Mike Tyson, with Brad Parker coming back into the centres. Ben Travojevic is also back from a head knock, so both of the two guys that missed the games with HIA are back. Kelma Tuolangi reverts to the bench, and Josh Schuster, 18th man. Gordon Chan Kamtong is the new man on the bench and will make his NRL debut. He looks like a good mate of mine, actually. Mace, our friends the Tab have Bulldogs $2.40 underdogs and Manly at $1.58. There's a bit of jam in this, I think.
There is.
There's going to be some try-scoring jam. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game.
It'll be a good game. It'll be better than you think.
I think there's going to be a lot of points.
They've got nothing to play for but pride, right?
Sunday Arvo, both teams nothing to lose.
Dry ball.
I think there's going to be a lot of footy played in this game. I'm going to be taking any-time try scorers in this game.
Yeah, there'll be a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going for the Bulldogs, obviously, but it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
We just want to win the last couple of games. This is all pride, mate.
And this is a game you can win, eh?
It's definitely a game we can win.
Yeah. All right.
The last two, we finished them. We've got Manly and we've got the Titans. We can finish them.
For obvious reasons, I'm on the bird game, baby. Let's go. Man. Last game, Newcastle versus Cronulla. Newcastle were $1.67 favourites, $2.20 underdogs. Cronulla, Mace.
Old Boys
Day. The line
is
Old
Boys Day.
That's massive. They always pump up for Old Boys Day regardless, especially when they're at home, which is obviously the case. McDonald Jones Stadium for Old Boys Day. Jackson Hastings has been named to return. Other than that, no late changes expected. As for the Sharks, Craig Fitzgibbon goes with the same 17 that got the job done against Cowboys. Oregon Kafusi has been named in the reserves after he came back into New South Wales Cup last week. Both these two teams are travelling. Outside of the top two teams, probably the two most dangerous teams for me outside of the top two that can make some noise. You got the really solid performances of the Warriors and the Storm this year, but in terms of energy and momentum, I think Knights and Sharks are the two teams with the most momentum going into the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I agree. It's coincided with Cronulla. They went for that little bit of a rough patch. No Toby Rudolph, no Bradlin, Hamlin Uele. No big boys. So that's so important to have some big boys in that team. As soon as they got back, they started to get back on track, man.
And now they're getting even more big boys in Kafusi on the extended bench.
Kafusi, that's a massive boy there.
Tom Hazelton's been really good, man.
He's fucking big.
I don't think they expected Tom Hazelton to be who he is, but he's really developed now into
I knew he was playing for Newtown this year, and Ogre had a big rap on him saying his big guy goes all right. You know,
he's been in the system for 3 years now.
Yeah. Just takes a while for the big boys to get acclimated to the speed of the game and see where they can make a difference and how many minutes he can play and what he's really good at. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. Just run over motherfuckers. That's it. Get a bit of an offload. That's about it. And don't miss your tackles, man. That's all it is. When you're a big guy like that, he's going to get his minutes. He's only getting limited minutes, about 30 minutes. He's got to make sure they're quality.
Make the most of it.
Yeah. This is going to be a good game, man.
You want to go
Really
Cronulla,
good
but
game.
the Newcastle's edging you back with the Old Boys Day, isn't it?
Old Boys Day. It's up there on a Sunday, Arvo. No better atmospheres. Be sold out. So I'm going Newcastle.
I'm going Newcastle too. I think this is a crucial game for both teams. I think
Newcastle still need to win.
I
man.
think the winner of this game, they win. I'm not this week because they got a soft last game as well. I think the winner of this game will make the final four, not for the end of the regular season. I think the winner of this game, the momentum will flow all the way into a top four finish, a prelim final.
But you say the Knights lose, they stay on 31. The Rabbits win, they get 30. Knights lose again. Rabbits win that last game, 32. They end up falling out of the 8.
Who, Knights?
Yeah, if the Cowboys do, but if the Cowboys do the same, but I'm just saying, the Tigers aren't going to be easy.
Yeah, they'll get the job done.
You know, I reckon too, but it's like you are not looking at this game going,
Yeah, true.
I'm
You
fucking,
can't-
we're
you're right.
all right, it's Old Boys Day.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So then they need to be looking at every game going, we're not on 34 points. We are not guaranteed. There's still a mathematical chance that they can miss out. Because look what the Cowboys, Roosters and Rabbits are all on. And they are trying to win every single game. So they need this fucking game.
This is one of the most entertaining and contested top 8 finishes that I can remember in the last couple of years, where it's like
I've never remembered
really good teams fighting for that last top 8 spot.
Look, imagine what I just said then, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that happens. The last game, the Knights have got the Tigers. Tigers could ruin their hope because the Rabbits have won. Because the Rabbits got the bye this week, haven't they?
Yes.
Right, so they're on 30.
They're on 30.
The Cowboys could win, they'll be on 30. The Roosters could win, they're on
Cowboys
30.
and Roosters play the Dolphins and Tigers. They should win.
That's what I'm saying.
30,
the Knights
30.
get dusted on this day. It could go
Very
down to the
nervous.
Rabbits and Roosters if they get done. Only if they get done by the Tigers.
And if the Raiders lose against the Broncos, the following week they've also got a really hard game as well.
This is it's crazy. This is why we're the best game in the world in Australia.
And this has been one of the best seasons. Why? Because we started this fucking podcast this year too. So
100%.
welcome NRL followers. Let's get into the Grateful Eight, mates. All right, so this week I'm trying a new formula. So last week, how many try scorers did I get, Mace? Just a little kiddies 3 from 8. But guess what? All 3 of those guys scored doubles. So I'm getting the right spots, like Dylan Edwards, 2. Tomoko, 2. Akuso Mauso Suali'i, 2. So I've left all 3 guys on because I'm finding the right spots. So I'm going to double down on the guys that have served me well, and then I've just got to figure out the other 5 games. So let's kick it off. Penrith Panthers versus Parramatta. I mentioned it before. Dylan Edwards 2 last week. I just need 1 this week. The value is $2.20 with the tab. As for the Warriors versus St George Illawarra Dragons, who scored 3 on the right edge for Manly on the weekend? Jason Saab. So I'm going to take that same edge. Give me Michaeli Ravalawa, $2.40 anytime. As for the Dolphins versus North Queensland, I think it's time for the Cowboys to step up. You're missing Jeremiah Nanai. I'm going to go the other edge. Luciano Leilua, $3. Melbourne versus Gold Coast. I'm looking for some value because I think there's going to be a fair few tries in this. Jerome Hughes, this could be either kick to the edge, throw it to the edge, come back, push back through the middle. Jerome Hughes scores under the post. Sydney Roosters versus West Tigers. Mauso, Akuso Suali'i, $1.70. Sydney Roosters versus West Tigers. Canberra Raiders versus Brisbane Broncos. We're on the little pocket rocket. Matty Typical, $3.75.
Where'd they get this kid from, man?
He's going to be marking up on Herbie Farnworth, so he's got a big job on his hands. As for the Bulldogs versus Manly, I'm going your guy, Matty Burton. I think this is a game where I like both halves.
Show and go.
I was thinking DCE. I'm thinking Matty Burton. I think they both can score. As for the last game, Newcastle versus Cronulla, I think this is a game set up for Dom Young to score 1
You going to jump over Mulatalo, you reckon? Or just a backup try? Or how do you reckon he's going to get it?
A little bit of shape. I think they play that nice shape. Kalen Ponga sweeps out the back. Gaggs runs a nice little sweeping line. He misses Gaggs, hits Dom Young on that nice little sweeping line.
Little fan
shape.
line.
He jumps out, scores like that.
I can feel it. Or a little shake and fade, Gaggs, boom, little right, little fucking
the hair's
flick,
flowing in the air.
Little giddly flick.
He's like that. So,
Mulatalo turns in.
As for our LPC multi, the traders haven't got back to us with a price just yet, but it'll be a max bet of $50. I've got Joe Manu to score in the first 60 minutes against the West Tigers. I love it when he plays fullback, and I've got the Cowboys 13+. That's why I was staying away from that line. mind, Mace, because I think it's going to be even more. So give me the Cowboys 13+. As always, Mace, we want everyone to be playing safe during this footy season, so please keep front of mind what are you really gambling with. And if you need free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. You can find all our LPC bets under the Bets Friends banner on the Tab app. I'm going to be hard into that this weekend. We've been away. I've been away for 2 out of the last 3 weekends. I'm going to be kicking the feet up, really enjoying my footy, and I'm going to be updating every single night a bet on each night.